Hello, welcome back to the Tasty Tennis series. I'm Tess, and today I'm going to be making a delicious mango, carrot, noodle salad, which is all going to be made for under £10. Okay, so my water's come to the boil, and I've got my soba noodles. I'm just going to go straight in. So I've just got my soba noodles into the pan. They're boiling away, and they're going to need about 5 to 7 minutes. So while they're boiling, I'm going to get on with everything else. I've got a fresh mango. It's unripe, which is really important because if it's too ripe for this recipe, the juice just goes everywhere and it doesn't work. So it needs to be an unripe mango. The harder, the better. So I'm just going to cut the bottom off so it's easy to stand up. And I'm just going to run my knife over the edges to get the skin off. Be really careful of your fingers whilst you do this. Where I've cut the flat side on the bottom of the mango, I'm just going to stand that up and I'm just going to run my knife down until I find the stone and just push it out a little bit. Just run my knife around it. And I've got quite a nice flat edge, which is great for cutting. So I've got my mango here, and I'm just going to finely chop it up into a bowl here. Okay, so I'm just going to check on my noodles quickly, because they only need 5-7 minutes. The best way really is to taste them. None of this throwing them to the ceiling, see if they stick. Yep, so they're done. So I'm just going to drain them. So I'm just going to pour my noodles, which have been drained, into the bowl. So I'm just going to add about a tablespoon of sesame seed oil into the noodles now. This will prevent them from sticking whilst they cool. So I'm just going to mix them through like so. For the full list of ingredients, check out the description box. I'm going to leave them out for a second to cool a little bit because you don't want to put hot things straight in the fridge. So I'll set them aside and then I'll pop them in the fridge to cool for about 15 minutes. So while my noodles are cooling, I'm going to carry on with the mango. Just literally slicing it up into centimetre slices, and kind of arranging them and cutting back the other way. Perfect. Right, so now I'm going to get on with my carrots. I'm simply going to cut them in half. Cut them in half this way, and then just slice them finely. You just want to slice them nice and thinly and do that with the rest of the carrots and add them to the bowl with the mango. So I'm just going to chop up the rest of the vegetables. I'm just going to finely slice up the chilli. There we go. So I've got the chilli finely chopped. I've chopped up my spring onions. I'm just going to chop up the coriander. And then I'm going to dress the noodle salad. I'm going to go in with about 3 to 4 tablespoons of fish sauce. And I'm going to go in with 2 teaspoons of sugar. And I'm just going to give that a little mix up. I'm just going to go in with a little squeezing of lime like so. Okay, so I'm going to now go in with some of the carrots and the mango. I'm going to reserve a little bit for the end just to kind of garnish on the top. I'm just going to mix that in. Right, I'm just going to go in with about 2/3 actually of my spring onions and half of the coriander. Just mix that through as well. Just going to serve up some of the noodles. If you like this recipe and want to find out more, click the subscribe button. I should add a bit more coriander, a bit of chilli, and some fresh spring onion on the top. Nice, colourful, vibrant. And then finally, the chopped roasted peanuts. I just ran my knife through them really quickly just to chop them up a little bit. I'm just going to add a drizzle of lime juice and a little drizzle of sesame seed oil. And there we have it. It's my soba noodle salad with carrots, mangoes, and roasted peanuts. See you again for one of my Tasty Tenor episodes.